I felt very alone. I didn't feel very supported. You just feel that everyone is staring at you. Everyone knows why you're making this journey.
What Claire went through 4 years ago stays with her. The stigma around it means we've changed her name and voice. When she was shocked to discover she was pregnant at 18 weeks, she decided to ask for a late-term abortion. But to get it, a doctor told her she'd need to travel outside of Scotland and do it urgently.
It was as if I had no other options, but the look on her face, it was like, well, this is it. She went, if you really want to get anything done about this now, you do need to travel down to England, which was a complete shock. And I had no idea the situation I was in, the gravity and how little time I had.
The Health Board didn't refer you directly to a clinic in London. They gave you the number of a charity to phone to help you.
Yeah, and I didn't realise it was a charity. I thought it was just an extension of the NHS to help me. I didn't realise that it was a charity that helps women in these situations. It's just awful thinking that if somebody needs help, they can't get it from their own country and their own health board.
Instead of care at this clinic in Glasgow, the 24-year-old was sent 700 miles away from home, even though the law says abortions are legal up to 24 weeks in Scotland. The charity, which has helped up to 150 women a year make the same trip, says it's because of a shortage of clinical expertise and a lack of will to change things.
There's been a really desperate lack of political attention on this issue. When people find out about this, they're utterly horrified at what we're forcing women to go through. We've seen it as our job for a really long time to pick up the pieces for women where the NHS has failed them. But you know what? I think we're kind of done with that.
Getting that support not the only challenge for women in Scotland. Anti-abortion protests have become common outside clinics. One campaign group wants to see buffer zones introduced.
The protesters sort of shadowed my experience and kind of made me put it to a box in my head where I never really went. And I think, that's really, really problematic and traumatic for a lot of people.
The Scottish Government is considering legislating on buffer zones, and on women having to travel to England says it's working with NHS boards to ensure abortion services up to 24 weeks can be provided as locally as possible. That wasn't an option for Claire. What was already painful made even more difficult away from home. Alan Jenkins, 5 News.